that might be able to get us their help.
Yes, I did. You ought to know that my uncle has a twisted desire to assert our family's superiority over the other families. Over the D'Orsay family in particular, of course. His dream is to prove that our family descends from a royal Astrian line. That would allow him to assert the antiquity of our family's nobility over all the others. And it would make us the rightful leaders of the merchant congregation.
I see. Do you think there's any proof of such a lineage?
If there is, it's waiting to be found at the bottom of some ruins. Trust me, my uncle will finance all the voyages you want in exchange for that kind of evidence, and the D'Orsays would love to make it disappear. I've heard that my uncle's obsession has soared to new heights ever since he started a new archaeological dig. He's even brought in a specialist from the Alliance. That's how serious he is about this site.
So, are you suggesting that we go and participate in the dig and steal any evidence we can find?
Exactly. Then we could give it to whomever we think is most trustworthy. They'll all be so happy that I'm sure they'll agree to finance our trip.
Well, in that case, let's go to those ruins. Look out! Guards!
Although it would be extremely difficult for me to stomach, if we want to be inconspicuous, we should dress like poor workers.
finally here. I thought the prince had forgotten about us.
I'm sorry, you are...
You are sent by Prince de Vesp, aren't you? You don't know how badly we need help here.
Yes, the prince sent us. But he didn't give us much information.
The dig we're conducting here is of the utmost importance. These ruins have never been excavated before. Can you believe it? But this is undoubtedly a hugely significant part of the ancient city. The place where the kings were buried. Unfortunately, the area is teeming with all kinds of creatures who care nothing for the historical discoveries we might make. But all that will change soon, thanks to you. Come on, I must introduce you to the rest of the team. Oh, allow me to introduce... There are our treasure compasses. You had a good idea bringing them here, Grip. They're fantastic. There are a few new faces, but it don't matter. Bringing these islanders here is an excellent idea.
If I didn't know Ludwig, I'd be tempted to believe that Dutton is only inhabited by madmen bent on making our lives miserable.
Marvelous. I gather you already know each other? What a happy coincidence.
I'm not sure we can really say it was a happy coincidence. The last time we saw them, they were holding one of us prisoner.
Oh, come now. That's more than a bit of an exaggeration. We were just using our strengths to encourage you to use your gifts. And you should know that since last we met, we have become honest archaeologists on the advice of my dear friend. Now, we must be going, as we'd like to explore one of the tunnels more fully. Please. They make for very peculiar company, but they've proved useful in repelling the attacks of several creatures. Where were we? This is Flora de Beaumont. I believe she is related to the prince. She is here to supervise the dig.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Although I can't match our friend's level of expertise, I like to think I can claim some knowledge of history, and these excavations are fascinating.
Your help is invaluable, my friend. Invaluable. Just think, she was the one who convinced the prince how important this site is. And she was right. I know that the discoveries we're going to make here will give us a better understanding of the Astrian civilization.
I didn't have to insist much. The prince has always been fascinated by the ruins in the region.
Flora! The last time we saw each other, we were just children. I heard you're engaged to Octave now. Is that right?
Yes, that's true. That means we're almost cousins, doesn't it?
You have my deepest sympathy, darling. I hope you won't have to suffer much from his moods.
Now we have two members of the de Vesp family with us, if I understand correctly. I hope that will motivate the prince to continue funding this dig.
And you are?
I'm sorry, my dear. I'm sure all these people are absolutely fascinating and have skills that are very useful to our mission. But there's no time to lose. History awaits us. Well, we think that the tower behind me is the key to entering the Tomb of the Kings.
Or rather, this one and all the other towers like it. You'll have to inspect them all. Be very careful. There are lots of creatures around, and there could also be traps.
In the meantime, we'll be working on the lift and sorting the objects we found so far.
Let's see what we can find.
I imagine you have a thorough understanding of Astrian culture, its mythology.
Well...
I seem to remember reading something about it, but I always get the names of all those exotic gods mixed up.
In that case, take this book. I wrote it a few years back. It sums up what we know about this civilization's deities. It might be useful. The Astrians often used references to their gods to activate mechanical devices.
Ah, thank you. We'll start exploring.
Oh, marvelous. Remember to keep us informed if you discover anything interesting. you're back. Well, what do you think of these ruins? Promising, aren't they?
Yes, indeed.
But there was something you wanted to ask me, wasn't there?
What can you tell us about the archaeological dig you're leading here?
We began recently, at Lady Flora's behest, as I've already told you. The Prince de Vespe is very interested in Astrian history, especially their royal bloodlines. There are so many ruins in the region that he hasn't been able to fully fund the digs. But he is very keen to unearth the tombs of the kings. That's how we were able to get his support to start our research here. It's thrilling. I'm sure there are groundbreaking discoveries to be made here. However, we've only just begun, so we have to go slowly, especially with all those creatures lurking about.
What can you tell us about the Austrian civilization?
Oh, a great many things. It all depends on how much time you have. I could go on about it forever. Our research and the texts we have discovered suggest that the Astrian civilization emerged in the region of the Tyne estuary. It was originally a largely agrarian civilization, but it seems evident that they intermingled with other, more warlike peoples. That can be seen notably in their pantheon, as well as in the evolution of their architecture. They migrated from the Tyne to this area, and it was here that they really began to succeed, eventually controlling the entire southern part of the continent. They flourished culturally and artistically for centuries until disasters and invasions brought their reign to an end. We can learn a lot from them, both about the past of our continent and the fragile nature of civilizations.
You're not from around here. Why did the prince choose you? What is your role here exactly?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I am considered one of the world's leading experts in Astrian archaeology and history. I imagine that's why the prince approached me. He feels very strongly that our findings should be documented, that research should be conducted, and that is precisely my speciality. I ensure that the excavation is carried out according to the proper procedures, so everyone can benefit from what we learn here.
What exactly does an archaeologist do?
Until a few years ago, the main purpose of digs of this kind was to unearth art, to be used as decorations in palaces. It was more like looting than anything else. There was no research or study of the ruins that were excavated, and so much knowledge was lost. Our job as archaeologists is to document our discoveries. We make sure that no knowledge is lost in the process, so that we can better understand these ancient civilizations.
We're going to return to our investigations.
By all means, and let me know if you discover anything of even the slightest importance.
going to have to buy some new armor.
This old mechanism still works. I find it hard to believe. It looks ancient.
I imagine there are others like it in these ruins. Keep your eyes peeled.
It's a shame this bridge hasn't stood the test of time. We have no choice but to go around.
We could go along this ledge. Maybe there's a way through a bit further on.
Let's show them what we're made of!
My armor is now useless!
It's locked.
Well, have you discovered anything of note?
Unfortunately, for the time being, our exploration has been blocked by this landslide.
Ah, yes. The site is unfortunately quite unstable in places.
But don't worry, I notified the prince and he promised us that he would send us explosives to clear the way quickly. They should arrive tomorrow morning, I imagine. Unless you have some with you and can clear it all away yourself, which would be a stroke of luck.
We've at least finally managed to get the lift working.
Would you like to come and rest at the camp with us while we wait for the delivery?
Thank you for the invitation. We'd be delighted to return to the camp with you.
Excellent. It's just a minor setback, and at least we'll be well rested tomorrow.
Show them what we're made of! Is everyone all right?
I think so. I'm all in one piece. What a horrific attack.
Alas, poor Flora is no longer with us. Those brutes killed her before we could do anything to stop them.
No. Oh, poor Flora. She was so passionate about our research and so kind. What sort of monster would be willing to kill a young woman while she sleeps? What were they hoping to find? We haven't even made it into the heart of the ruins yet. Oh, the prince is going to be devastated. I hope he won't put a stop to our research.
I hope so too.
And let's hope the explosives arrive tomorrow, as expected. We must make a discovery fast if we want to keep the prince's support. Let's get some rest. I doubt we'll be attacked again tonight. Did you have any other questions? Don't be shy. The quest for knowledge is a noble one.
to wipe them from the face of the earth.
To vest.
grant us strength! My armor is ruined!
Watch your step. There are traps. I'd best vanish into the shadows.
you